बोल जयकारा बोल मेरे श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। बोल साचे दरबार की जय। आओ मेरी मालिक की प्यारे भक्त जनों, हम अगला अध्याय जो कि है होली बर्थ, द बर्थ प्लेस एंड द फैमिली ट्री के नाम से हम इसका अध्ययन करते हैं और कृतार्थ होते हैं। In the province of North-West Frontier lies Bandashah, a tehsil headquarters under district Kohat. The small town of Teri falls under this area, which is a hilly terrain. Teri is surrounded by a range of green hills. To the south, there flows a beautiful river Toi in the foothills. A combined population of about 15,000 Hindus and Muslims inhabited the town. Most of the dwellings stood within the four walls of a fort situated on a hill mound, and some other houses dotted the area below the hill. Once upon a time, Terry had the honor of being the capital town of the frontier. Its history dating back to the old times when it was known as Asadabad, from where the ruler Asadullah Khan ruled the province. Eminent scholars of Persian and Pashto graced the capital town then. But with the passage of time, Terry lost its importance and glory. To this very forgotten and neglected Terry was honored by Sri Sadguru Dev Ji when it became his birthplace. Before his advent, the conditions here were somewhat miserable. The Yaqui Pathans descended in hordes on the towns and villages and indulged in reckless looting, particularly of the Hindus' households. A reign of terror prevailed all over, with helpless people crying for succor. The Almighty lent his ears to these cries of anguish and agony, and sent Sri Sadguru Dev Ji as sage incarnate, the divine messenger. The spring season had already arrived. The whole creation was aglow with joy. Green buds were bursting forth on the twigs. Colorful, smiling flora was in full bloom. A cool, fragrant breeze invigorated the ambience. The twittering, chirping birds of all sorts delighted all hearts. Shapeless, half dead bodies were being rejuvenated. This cheering scenario has been depicted in these words. पत्ते पत्ते ने रंग तब्दील किता, शाखां देख लो नवियां ही फुटियां ने। मैले कपड़े सबने त्याग छड्डे, घड़ियां गम दियां सिर तो छुटियां ने। कोयल कूकदी कलियां देने घुंड खोले, एवी हसदियां हसदियां उठियां ने। सोहनी रुत बसंत दी प्रभु प्रकटे, तेरी वालियां ने मौजा लुटियां ने। Seasons come and go, but the spring in true sense was then and there. No wonder the devotee's heart should sway with an unknown joy. It was the Brahmin Muhurat, that is, very early and auspicious hour of the morning. The devotees, both Hindus and Muslims, were totally absorbed in their respective prayers. On the fateful day of 1st February 1884, the child incarnate appeared in the small house of Revered Mother Radha Rani Ji and the proud revered father Prabhu Dayalji of Vasudev clan. His birth on the auspicious Basant Panchami day signaled succor to the dedicated ones. The scriptures have described the family as holy, the mother as fulfilled, and the earth as sanctified, where a great soul is born. As has been rightly said, कुलं पवित्रं जननी कृतार्था वसुंधरा पुण्यवती चतेन. With the divine coming of Shri Sadguru Dev Ji, the comforter of the devoted and the dedicated ones, the whole family tree of the Vasudevas was sanctified with his resplendence. For the revered parents, it marked the rise of fortunes. The extent of their ecstasy can be gauged only by one whose mental state is similar to that of King Dashratha and Maharani Kaushalya. Earlier, too, this fortunate couple had been blessed with three sons and a daughter. In the wake of Sri Sadguru Dev Ji's coming, two more sons and a daughter were born to them, thus giving a privileged status of sisterhood to Bhavanji and Ramjivai Ji. Sri Amir Chand Ji, Maharaj Ji's elder brother, expired at young age. Bhavanji, younger to Amir Chand, had earlier embraced the life of a sannyasin, while the younger brothers Sri Ramji Vamal and Sri Hemraj had adopted the names of Swami Chaitanya Chetan Dhyananand and Swami Atal Prakashanand ji after having embraced sannyas. Sri Ayaram ji and Bhagat Ishwar Das ji were younger to Sadguru Dev ji. The former turned a sannyasi assuming the name of Swami Achyutanand, whereas the latter, along with sister Ramji Vaiji, opted for the life of the common householder. In due course of time, Swami Chaitanya Dhyananandji left for his heavenly abode survived by three sons, Shri Shiv Swaroop Ji, Shri Gyan Swaroop Ji and Shri Dhyan Swaroop Ji, who is also no more. The only one is at present in the service of Shri Guru Darbar Ji. Really fortunate are those souls who have had the privilege of belonging to the family of Sri Sadguru Dev Ji. It was heard from some devotees of Teri that a few months before Sri Sadguru Dev Ji was born, his mother cultivated her mind towards charitable causes. On several occasions, she used to say, I don't know who plays on flute in my ears. When she was all alone, the notes of flute and conch permeated her ears. The whole family was witness to the fact that whosoever turned up at her doorsteps got what he desired. But no one knew the secret behind the mystery. Sometimes they used to forbid Mataji from lavishing charities on the sadhus and mendicants. To which she replied, I can't help it. My hands become the tools doing the bidding of some superpower. At at the time of the holy birth of Sri Sadguru Dev Ji, all those women present there stood a mute witness to the flash of dazzling light that presently permeated the whole room. Dumbfounded, they were still figuring out as to how and why it had happened, when suddenly the light went off. At that time, none could heed it due to the veil of the illusory attachments on the inner eyes. The handsome, innocent, wheat complexioned face of Sadguru Dev Ji drew the attention of all like the moon. The glow on his forehead cast a spell on everyone. Whoever came to have a look of the enchanting, sublime face felt draws towards it. The common symptoms of the newborn, like crying, etc., were missing in his case. His face was ever awash with smiles, After some days, the child was given the name of Shri Beli Ram in a baptizing ceremony. Some of the devotees of Terry clearly articulated a forecast that the child would grow up to be a great, esteemed personality, a benefactor of the countless suffering men and women, but who could know the reality then? अपनी मौज में आप आनंदे क्या जाने माया के अंधे मनमोहन छवि धाम स्वामी सगुन रूपा पुरुष अनामी आयो संत मत प्रगटाने लघुमति जीव भेद क्या जाने कलु के जीव उभारण कारण सगुन रूप किया प्रभु उधारण meaning, thereby that man at that time little knew the mystery of the divine birth. Indeed, a great soul had manifested itself on the earth in order to alleviate the sufferings of mankind. But those who were engrossed in physical reality were ignorant of the spiritual entity that had just appeared. बोलो जय श्री सच्चिदानंद जी। मेरे प्यारे मालिक की भक्त संगत, जितना हो सके आप इस पाठ को शेयर, लाइक, सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करें, ताकि आप इसको सुनने मात्र से और फैलाने मात्र से कृतार्थ हो जाएं।